Okay, I'm going to take a look at doing a handful of questions from the set that you have to do during your lesson. So, to start with, we've got question 1. Find the value of the pronumerals giving reasons. Let's take a look at this one, number C, letter C. Well, we've got a right angle, which is 90 degrees. And we've got it split up into two parts. We've got a 71 degree part and A. And we've got to find out what A is. Well, obviously the two of those together make up the 90 degree part. So we've got 71 degrees plus A degrees equals 90 degrees. Okay. We know that that's going to be 90 take 71 degrees. So A is going to be 19 degrees. Easy. Let's look at another one. How about this one here? D. Okay, it's got a few letters, A, B, and C. Let's see if we can work it out. Well, I can see that, I'm going to use pink highlighter. There's my angle I know, 67 degrees. And I know that C is going to be the same as that. Okay, C equals 67 degrees, and that's because of those two angles. I call it the F rule, but they are corresponding angles. Means that I can take that angle, slide it upwards, and get the same angle there. Okay, so C is 67, that's easy. Now, let's take a look at, we had C is 67, B. Okay, well B is directly opposite of C. We've got two straight lines crossing, and B is on the other side, so that must mean that B is also 67 degrees. I think of it as a scissor rule, but its technical name is vertically opposite. Okay. And then we've just got the one last one to go. So, A. Now, we can see just by looking at it that A is not the same as 67. 67, that's an acute angle, and the one we get given is an obtuse angle. Well, we can see that 67 and A are facing in towards each other. Okay, so if I have a look at that, they're facing in towards each other, and when they're facing in towards each other, that means that they add up to 180 degrees. So that means that A is going to be 180, get rid of the 67, okay, which is, I'll do it on the, make it look all fancy, 180, take away 67, 113 degrees. Okay, and that's the U rule, or co-interior. Okay, co-interior, co together, interior facing like inside. Okay, if you can't remember the names for these, that's fine. Just write in words what the rule, just like describe the rule in words, but give a reason for it. So that's D. Let's move on, shall we? Okay, let's take a look at this question here, question 2b. Well, we've got x, and we have to find x. It's inside of a triangle, and we get given an outside angle. Okay, well, the question says use the exterior angle theorem. The exterior angle theorem basically says that the angle that's on the outside is equal to adding up the sum of the two on the inside there, on the opposite side. So if I look at the triangle that we've got, I've got 100 degrees on the outside. That's going to be the same as x and 40 degrees added up, because they're on the other side of the triangle on the inside. So if I think about that, that's going to be x. Okay, oh, hang on. Let's load this. It might be easier this way. 100 degrees is x plus 40. Okay, let's get rid of the 40. And so that means that x has to be 60 degrees. That's the exterior angle theorem. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, find the value of the pronoun rule in this one. Well, we've got a rectangle, okay, and it looks like it's been cut in half diagonally. So you can kind of think of it as two triangles. And we've got to find out what x is. Well, I know that if I see a triangle, can you see the triangle? It's there. That the angles inside a triangle have to add up to 180. Do I have all of the angles? I've got x, and I've got 67, and then I've got this last angle of the triangle, which is a right angle, okay? Because this one's a right angle. It's a rectangle, so it must be a right angle. So, and a right angle is 90 degrees. So there we go. I've got 180 degrees for the triangle. Is made up of x plus 67 plus 90. And if I want to find out x, I do 180, take away 67, take away 90. Give me x. So let's take a look. 180, take away 67, take away 90 is 23. So x must be 23 degrees. Okay, let's keep on moving. Okay, here we go. This one. Actually, change my mind. This one. Now, this one says find the value of x. Well, they're all finding the value of the pronoun rule. So, we've got x. Now, I've got a quadrilateral. And I've got all of the angles except for x. So, let's work out how many degrees it's supposed to add up to on the inside. Now, if you remember grade 7, you know that it should be 360 degrees for a four-sided shape. But there's actually a rule that you can use. Okay, the rule is 180 times n take 2, n being the number of sides. So if we plug it in for the quad, okay, for the shape we've got, we're going to have 180 times by four-sided shape, 4 take 2, okay, which is going to be 180 times 2, which is 360 degrees. You could use that if you had a bigger shape, so like, I don't know, that one that's got 5 sides, work out how many degrees it's supposed to add up to, but we're doing B. So we've got our blue shape there. We know that it's going to be adding up to 360 degrees, and that's made up of x plus 120 plus 70 plus 75. So I know that if I do 360, take 120, take 70, take 75, I'll be left with x. Let's go and chuck it in, move this guy over. 360, take 120, take 70, take 75 is 95. So therefore, x must be 95 degrees. Okay, last one. Let's have a look. I'm going to do the first one, actually. And this one here. Now, looks really weird. Collection of lines, can't see a shape. What's going on? We need to find out what A is. Well, when you have a person that looks like this, and you see these things here, parallel lines, don't be afraid to draw on top of the question to add in some extra construction lines if you did graphics. Okay, so I've got parallel lines, and I know that my angle that I need to find is here. but I get given 35 and 120. Those parallel lines are a giveaway, by the way, because they mean that you're going to use your parallel line rules to find out the answer. So here's a ruler. Okay, I'm going to put an extra line in here, and you'll see why in a sec. Okay, so I'll put in my extra line. So a bit thicker. Okay, my extra line through there. So here we go. Now, can you see why I did that? Because that line's parallel. Now I've got, let me get rid of all of the, okay, and I'll show you. We've got I'll make this a nicer color. That color. Okay, this parallel line and this parallel line. And we've got given the 35 degrees. Well, I know that because of the alternate rule, the Z rule, this angle here, that part of the A, not all of the A, just the part that's above that parallel line, is going to be 35 degrees. Okay, so that part's got to be 35 degrees. And then I know that, let me go back to pink. Okay, I know that here I've got a parallel line, and then the same parallel line we had before, this one, I have 120 degrees, and then an angle facing inwards, which is our U ruler, co-interior. So that's got to add up to 180. So 120 plus something adds up to 180, so that's got to be 60 degrees, that part of A. So all together, the 60 and the 35 is going to be what A is. So that means that A is 60 plus 35, which is 95 degrees. Okay, give the rest of them a shot.